is sponsored by Outpool Strength Systems. Outpool Strength Systems is responsible for helping hundreds of people get strong, understand how to move properly and why they should be moving that way.
Outpool also understands the power of music when it comes to training. They aim to pioneer and bring together a larger community of people, not only sharing the experience of raving, but lifting properly as well. If you're interested in learning how to move in the gym a little bit better,
Compete in powerlifting or wear the latest rave-inspired merchandise, head to outpoolstrengthsystem.com and inquire with one of their coaches today. Let's go.
welcome to another episode of The Scene Down Under. I'm your sexy, good-looking host, VUKZ, and next to me, this guy. What are you doing?
Your favourite, TOZA.
all right, everyone's favourite, yeah.
I mean, I go all right.
How are you, TOZA?
Good man, yourself.
Very good, very good.
So happy to be here with you once again.
Salamis, bro.
You're so cute, bro.
Thank you. How are you, man? Good?
I'm great, man. What about you?
What?
What about you?
I'm always good. I'm always good.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always good. I'm always good.
How was your week, man? What'd you get up
Very
to?
good. Nothing. Worked, as always. Slaved away. Raved away.
This is why you guys need to support us as much as you can so we can quit our jobs.
Yeah, bro. Please subscribe, like, share.
Please. We don't want to end up starting OnlyFans, man. Please.
Yeah, bro.
Unless, that actually doesn't sound half bad now that I think about it, especially after that incredibly arousing intro. Like,
Yeah, man. Exactly. All right, so
Completely aroused.
what's coming up, VUKZ?
A lot of events coming up, actually. So a lot of announcements coming up. ESI, NRK, a lot of massive events as well. They're going to be pretty sick. Yeah.
Yeah, so ESI has Frantic, Juliex, and Bloodlust in Blood We Trust, which is the first time in Australia, and it's going to be a very sick live set. We've seen it at Supremacy.
But
I did,
I haven't.
but it was pretty good. I just wish we could have got the whole act, like with MC Livid and thing. I just hoping for that. If we can get that would be great.
It would have been cool, but definitely seeing Bloodlust back again. So keen to see him, especially after this album. But I'm also keen to see Frantic. A lot of people don't know of Frantic. He's a up and coming rising star. So keep an eye on him. He's been working with Adara as well. So a lot of good music coming out.
Yeah. New track coming out with Adara. Actually, I heard it at Exclusive and the Rebirth event I went to. Yeah. Before Exclusive, it was really, really good.
Yeah.
Got to hear it twice in one day. So
I heard you taught him how to make Zao kicks.
I wouldn't say teach him, but it was all right. I wouldn't say I taught him. It was okay. I just drew a graph for him and told him what to do. But with my own knowledge as much as I could.
We've also got NRK coming up as well.
Yep,
CrowdX. That's actually a really big one as well.
Can't wait for CrowdX to be the loudest.
Because they've also got their album coming up as well. So a lot of new music from them, which will be really, really cool.
I think they're new. Like the direction they're taking with their brand is pretty good. Like the whole fluoro jumpers, and it's not their music has always been really dark, but now they're switching into more happy stuff that are.
Yeah, it's a bit more experimental.
More digestive, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's good that they kept the persona of the masks, but just changed the outfit to something more less dark.
Yeah, funky. It's a bit more inviting. Yeah,
exactly,
but I do like the green. I bought a special shirt just for that event, if I'm honest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can't wait to see.
Yeah, you can't wait to see me out.
And also massive, we have Wasted Penguins coming up and Sick Mode.
Yeah, big events coming up. So massive.
I can't wait for the Sick Mode show, man. That's going to be great. Unfortunately, I won't be in Sydney for the Wasted Penguins. I would have loved to go watch Pontus play.
Yeah.
Actually, a good friend of mine too. So
would have been awesome, yeah.
Yeah, it would have been really good.
It's a shame, but for everyone else, don't miss out. Massive are bringing out the best lineups, biggest stars. So keep supporting your local raves and your local DJs, guys. Mm-hmm. As always.
Yeah. All right. So for our special guest, obviously every guest we bring is very special. This man here is one of the OG content creators in the scene and been around for a very long time, probably before I was even born.
Oh,
Joking,
God.
he's not that old. Loves sick wobs and skits times.
You know it, mate. Oh, yeah.
And he enjoys a cheeky hack and a muzz at a rave, and always a good vibe to be around. Please welcome Slendy.
Thank you very much for having me on the show.
Thanks for coming, Slendy.
Oh,
Appreciate
mate.
it so much, mate. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Yeah, having a chat to you lads. It's a highlight of my day. So, yeah, very much looking forward to diving into all the skits times throughout this episode.
It means a lot because outside it's a really shit day because it's like 40 degrees. So thanks, Slendy.
Yeah, honestly, like apologies to everyone at home. The fact that I am wearing basically just a homeless man singlet because we've chosen the hottest day of the year to film this episode.
Oh, dear,
so,
dude. Fucking, it actually sucks.
I guess this is why, Slendy's here to bring the heat.
Hey, I see what you did there, mate.
Well, we got a question that Philip always asks. What's your? Tell us, give us the
So
question.
it's like our little, to get the things going.
Oh, go on, hit me, Phil.
If you could remove one thing from the hardstyle scene, what would it be?
Remove one thing.
Yeah.
Oh, picnicking.
Oh, picnicking?
Straight away.
Someone finally said it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
What do you mean finally said it? That has to go.
This is the 6th episode and no one has mentioned
No one,
it.
I've mentioned somewhat
We
of
did,
picnicking.
yeah, but someone other than us.
But yeah, picnicking gone.
100%.
I would love that. Like as much as I love the rave scene with my whole heart, if I could remove one thing, it would definitely be picnicking.
And can you please tell us why?
Well, it's just dangerous for everyone around. Like, let's be honest, it's not a good vibe for the people on the floor. It's definitely not great for those trying to dance around them. Yeah. I think that if you want to chill out, that's totally fine, but like, don't do it in the middle of the main stage. That's just not a good idea.
Yeah, how are you going to chuck a hack or a muzz
Exactly,
if people are picnicking?
Yeah, exactly. But
and thanks to HSU, all right, they have given us picnicking areas, which is literally called the chill out area. And they have live stream there too for you, so you can go sit down and watch the event and not miss anything.
Yeah.
I actually thought that was hilarious how HSU implemented that because it was a safety thing, but it was almost a bit of a backhanded, all right, we're going to put literal picnic tables here so that you can have your bloody picnic and just like get away from everyone else dancing. So respect.
I literally just realized that's why they put picnic tables.
Bro, that's why I think it's hilarious.
Wow. And not just that, have you seen at Knockout how they had this like area where you go down and they full had like moving heads there? So they had
the chill out, the little chill out area.
Yeah. It was like a pit kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they had like moving heads.
Oh my God.
Alongside with the screen.
I thought there was a
streaming.
stage there.
Yeah, and I thought it was like a secret 3rd stage, but then I looked and I was like, oh, it's just a picnicking area that's a bit more fancy.
4th stage.
Okay, so I do remember that, but I had totally suppressed that traumatic memory of those giant heads because that scares the hell out of me. But now I'm glad that's back in my life, so thank you for that, TOZA. So, yeah.
Okay, so we want to ask you a very, very serious question. I don't think
always.
everyone knows this, but can you please tell us what your real name is?
Oh, my real name is Harrison. I know it's not as spicy as Slendy, so feel free to keep calling me Slendy if you come up and say hello, but mad props to anyone who actually comes up and says, hey, Harrison,
Do you
at an
prefer
event.
Harrison?
I mean, I do go by Harrison or Haz, not Harry.
Hazza?
So Hazza, yeah, mate, yeah, I'll go for Hazza. So,
Are you by any chance from Maryland?
or maybe at heart, but no. I'm a shy boy, actually, like from way back.
So you're born out that way as well?
Born out that way and then kind of grew up in the St. George area. So, yeah. But Harrison or Haz, if an event you want to mix it up, otherwise I'll always answer to Slendy or anything else, really. Like, feel free to come up with new names for me. Interested to see what you can find. Chuck some in the comments. Why not?
Wait, Mad Dog, you Mad Dog.
That's a classic, yeah.
So, yeah, you said you grew up around the eastern suburbs. Not eastern suburbs, sorry, Central.
How dare you?
Good chat.
To me, I'm from the west, so everything's same and stuff.
That's
like
true.
that.
It's all east of the west.
Yeah,
So,
technically.
If you're not from the West, you're from the sticks.
yeah, west is best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, growing up there, like, how was it, like, considering it is more of a Australian, like, upbringing out there? Like, because out west, everyone says it's a bit more culture, like it's an ethnic hub and stuff like that. How was it out there and, like, growing up and stuff like that and the music?
Yeah, that's really true. I guess you don't notice it as much when you're a kid. And another fun fact about me is I am actually half Greek. So even though I have the whitest last name in the world, my mum's name is legitimately Aphrodite. So that's what I always tell people whenever they question my Greek heritage.
That's why you look like an Adonis.
It's stop it, bro. Keep going. Tell some women, for the love of God.
Well, speaking of that, are you single?
Well, yes, but I did go on a really nice first date last week, which is new for me because I'm not on any dating apps, and that is actually like a pretty rare occurrence. So
Slendy has a woman.
So,
well,
no,
who knows?
Not yet. I was
Not yet.
relaxed.
We don't want to jinx it.
We'll see after carnival.
We don't want to jinx it, cuz. Far out, bro.
So, what do you see yourself going after that first date?
Well, we got second date booked in, so that's always good.
That's good. Yeah.
And like honestly, just keen to get to know someone. So yeah, I'm honestly pretty like slow when it comes to relationships. It takes me 6 months before I even realize that I have a crush on someone. So it's a bit of a longer process, but yeah, it can be exciting. It's fun. So
Serious question: is she from the scene?
is she from the scene? No.
That's good, man. Honestly, you've hit the jackpot.
No, but it could be a bad thing. Does she like the music?
No, but like I don't think that's a detractor. Maybe it's unpopular opinion here.
Oh,
but
that's okay. That's
I don't
actually
think.
decent.
Yeah, I don't think you'd want anyone with that like that's not involved in the scene, in my opinion.
I couldn't go for someone that doesn't listen to my music.
I know it's a deal breaker for some people, but like the thing for me is she actually loves to dance, and like so to be fair,
well maybe she's convertible.
exactly. That's
That's a
but
good-
not
that's a
that
good-
that
Dating
needs,
a car?
No, I am. That's actually it. It's my strange addiction, and it's just that episode where the guy does weird stuff with the tailpipe. So anyway, moving on.
Yeah,
So,
well, I was gonna actually like plug you on the podcast, but no one messaged Harrison. He's actually semi-taken at the moment, so
Yeah.
just wait.
Yeah,
Maybe
well,
the next
just
episode. Maybe we'll do a follow-up episode where we like see where you went, and then it will become like a plug episode.
Yeah, love that.
We'll do like a raving at
Tinder
first
date.
sight.
A Tinder in real life with Harrison.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds really wholesome.
Okay.
That's really cute. Can we go on a Tinder date as well? Please?
I'm taken. So
Well, I mean,
Please.
since it's Pride Week, maybe we can try something new.
Okay, that sounds good.
sounds good.
But anyway, to
So
my first date.
You were
that
saying about wearing rainbow socks.
No, I don't have rainbow socks.
Okay.
Yeah. Damn. I was going to.
So now we know like a bit about your early life, about like where you come from, where you grew up, and what your real name is. How did Slendy come about?
Okay, so this is a true story. I was doing a university assignment where I needed to interview someone and write a story that was relevant to the University of Sydney at the time. And I had an interview set up with Ian Crook, who was Sydney FC coach at the time, and then it fell through the day before the assignment. So I went, oh my God, what the hell am I going to turn in? So that's where I dressed up as Slender Man to protect my own identity, and then ran into my own lecture with a boombox so that I could basically blatantly cheat at the assignment and interview myself as masked man dances at university. And that is legitimately the genesis of the channel. I had no intention for it to be anything other than proof that the masked man danced at the university. But after a week, the videos that I uploaded had like 3,000 views. And I went, oh, that was really fun. Like, I just think I'll make more of them. So
Is this still on YouTube?
they're still there. It's like Slenderman Lecture Troll. It's like from 2013 or something like
my
that.
God,
So
wow.
like proper ancient history and filmed on an iPad. It was literally my mate sitting in the audience of the lecture theatre, holding an iPad, following me like this.
So did you pass?
I did. I got a distinction in that assignment.
So guys, there you go. Just wear a mask and run through your
That's it.
university.
Well, that just shows how much balls you have, man.
Yeah, definitely.
That's crazy.
Oh, stop it.
No, seriously, man. Like, so you're Greek, you look jacked, you have big balls. What else do you want? I mean, maybe hit him up. Maybe the other one's
And
not
you
gonna work
dance,
out.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
hit him up here. Honestly, because I would if I was a female.
Do you, bro? You're single,
Honestly,
so
I'll take the promotion at this point. So it's been a long time between drinks, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
So you said it was 2013 when the first video came out. So obviously that means you're 10 years into content creation, which is pretty big.
Oh my God, that just makes me feel like an old man.
So have you had your 10-year anniversary yet?
I haven't actually done something big for YouTube yet. I was thinking about it, but I also just wanted to continue to create consistent content. So it was cool. I did 100,000 subscriber special with like Anderex, Firelight, Divergent, and a few of the boys there. Decimate as well, to kind of just like look back and say thank you to everyone. So that was a really nice milestone.
I think Red Hot too.
And Red Hot, yeah, of course, and the Red Hot lads. So that was really cool, and I'd love to do more of that stuff. But Obviously, like not being a full-time content creator, that was more of a like a special event. So who knows? Maybe I should bring something back for Slendy 10-year anniversary.
I think you should, because that'll be something really big.
We should help you with that.
I mean, like, it could be fun. It's funny. It's like, for me, it's honestly just been such a passion project for so long. I love doing it. I just love meeting people from the scene and kind of sharing the music that I love. So it almost feels a little self-indulgent to be like, yeah, 10 years of me. But I get that it's also like a cool thing. So yeah,
you are like technically like a pop culture reference in the Hardstyle Australia scene. Like, I've been watching your videos for years. TOZA has as well. Like, every time like someone asks,
thank you very much.
Every time someone asks like, what's the scene like in Australia? I'm like, the best way, like hack compilations, Muzz compilations. I'm like, this is the best way to explain it, and you show like the best side of it.
And not just that. Another thing is like, you've been a big part of the scene, not just here but also overseas. So like, it's not just the Aussie scene. You're actually known at a worldwide like spectrum, not just in the Aussie scene, which is really great to see that people actually. Like, just like we're doing this podcast, we want people to, from overseas, see what's happening in the Aussie scene, but also you've already done that in a different way where, like, your content is actually reached by, like, it's reaching overseas too, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely. And, like, thanks so much for the kind words, lads. That genuinely means a lot. And that's my favorite thing about making these silly videos is, like, introducing people to the scene, kind of giving them stories to tell. And like, fun fact, there are more people that watch me in Germany these days, and I even think the Netherlands as well, than there are Australians watching my videos.
Yeah, that's
like kind of nuts.
When we get like our little feedback and we see like random countries like Netherlands, Germany, and then we see like Pakistan and stuff like that. We're like, oh yeah, Matt, like it's reaching everywhere.
It is. It's hit the server farms. It's like
but it's good to see, because like we know, like we watch a lot of people from overseas as well, their vlogs and stuff like that, because granted, we do have events here, but they're so fast-paced out. Like, one person I always watch is Elena, and she's like one of my favourite creators as well, because she gives you that side of like the festivals, and that's what I feel like you sort of do as well. And it's really cool to see. It gives you like a bit of the behind the scenes, but also just literally shows you what you can experience during that time, because a lot of people have questions like, oh, what's it like? And I think you and Elena do it to a way where you actually grasp so much of it, because you actually get content of like people there. It's not like where you get like these influencers and they're like, I wore this lipstick and I wore these. It's like, no, I met up with...
What are you trying to say? The influencer economy is the backbone of our society. How dare you?
Hey.
No, and that's...
Would you consider yourself as an influencer or a content creator?
I would probably say more content creator. I think influencers actually get paid decent money, whereas I do not from the videos that I make, as they are not family friendly and incredibly niche. Yeah. So like, huge shout out to the likes of Massive and HSU who have collaborated with me in the past. And it's really nice to sort of have done work with promoters and a few people who have various rave related businesses. But as you can imagine, it's not a huge influencer marketing industry.
Yeah.
But yeah, like to your point about the sort of ground up vlog style, and I love Elena's videos as well. She's also like the loveliest person. So shout out to her channel. Go subscribe to her if you haven't already. But like 10 years ago, there was genuinely none of that sort of, I guess, on the ground representation. And that was one of the biggest feedback I got from one of the earlier videos I did, which was an Icon after movie. And it was so badly filmed. It was literally me on a GoPro with absolutely no stability whatsoever.
Just kind of, because it rained as well.
It was raining. It was muddy. It was an amazing day. Like RIP Icon.
Yeah, it was one of the best events Australia
legitimately,
ever had.
Never forget. But the feedback from that video was kind of very different to anything that I'd done up until that point, because people were so thrilled to see themselves in the video.
Yeah.
And it wasn't them looking sexy, and it wasn't them looking like amazing in the perfect lighting. It was like them rolling in the mud, or it was them like hugging their friend. And that was kind of like the side of the rave that no one had really seen up until that point. So
just Air Max's TNs and those fluoro shorts and the slick back haircuts, the side with the spiky.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it was just cool to see. And I think that that's one of my favorite things about, I guess, today's sort of creator culture in the rave scene, where you do get more of that on the ground representation, people sort of showing their individual experiences, the random sets and the random music that they love. And sure, after movies still have a place, but it's like, yeah, it's much more wholesome, I think.
But I just feel like even with after movies, I compare them to like when they post like live sets and stuff like that. Like you don't really get much. Like you just get the music from it. Like yeah, after movies are really cool in sometimes, but sometimes they just like they do nothing. But when you get videos like yours and like people who actually do, like you say, on the ground, like you get more of the emotion and the passion because like you hear the actual people screaming. They don't have to use like voice, like loops or samples or anything. So it's actually like, it's so much better. And like you said, like when you see yourself in a video, like you scream so much more. Like I was watching so many videos, like even the DEF CON ones. Every time I seen Holly Curtis, shout out Holly, I was like, oh my God, it's Holly, she's on there, you know, stuff like that. Like it was pretty cool to see. Like you want to see yourself in those videos.
I've been on a couple of DEF CON Netherlands ones too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, holding like an Aussie flag and...
But you're in the sets as well.
Oh yeah, but the orange bucket... all the Supremacy sets that you watch, go watch where the production box is, and if you see someone with an orange hat, that's me.
That is amazing. I'm now going to exclusively just play like Where's TOZA?
That's it. Find, you know how to find Wally? Just find TOZA.
We should actually just get a Supremacy photo and just make a book called Where's TOZA and just have you on there.
We could. It's a fun live segment as well.
Yeah, wow, that's great. Okay,
all right.
Beautiful.
Business ideas. We're collaborating. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
We're going to make billions.
So there's two things I want to go back to that you were talking about before. You said like you're not a full-time content creator. Mm-hmm. That's one question. So where were you, like what are you doing other than content creating at the moment?
Yeah, so at university I actually studied law and media communications. Very early on realized that I was never going to be a lawyer. So went into kind of marketing advertising, and currently I'm a marketing director at a tech startup. So that's kind of my day-to-day that pays the bills, and it still gives me a little bit of time to create some videos on the side, kind of work remotely where I can, and do a bit of travel as well. So as far as jobs go, I think that I probably made the right choice not going into law. So yeah, pretty happy with it.
You chose the other side of the law with all your Skitz times at raves?
No, like that was pretty good, but
almost got you.
I almost walked right into that one. But no, like it's pretty common knowledge by this point that I've literally never touched an illicit substance. Yeah. I basically don't even drink, and I don't drink at events. So, yeah. But yeah, that was good. You almost got me there. So,
no, you got to get the content, but yeah, definitely, you got to be focused.
That's fine. If you want me to talk like this and like mime doing some meth, I can do
this for free.
So that just tells you that. Like a person like Slendy also has another side of his life, which is like something you only find out here and on the podcast. So that's the whole reason why we do these podcasts, is just so we can showcase to you guys like the actual person is a normal human being. It's not just someone who's all the time, you know? That's not just Slendy. Slendy actually has a normal life.
To be fair, like this is like 90% of my personality. So the other 10% maybe.
And also, you like you said you studied marketing and stuff. So is that why you're so big and popular, that you know how to exactly what to do and stuff?
I definitely don't think that that's why. And I wouldn't say that like I'm big or popular by internet standards. I'm pretty like there's a modest following, and I'm super proud of the community that we have. But yeah, it's not like internet famous by any standards.
Oh, it's pretty famous in
Australia. I don't know, man. When I went to DEF CON and all these events overseas, they always ask about you.
Yeah, when we were over there last year, for anyone who doesn't know, me and Slendy partied overseas together. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
No, everyone kept coming up to you. So Slendy, we love your videos, man. Like that said every time. I was like, damn, man, like that's fucking awesome. Like you're getting recognized on the other side of the world. And like it's funny because how many people there are there as well. Like you would expect not to get recognized because there's that many people. But it's good to see you do have that reach.
And also another thing is like, I appreciate how modest you are, but in our eyes, you're like sitting on the same table as you now is amazing. Like,
I'm not even kidding. You are like the biggest. Like
to me, like I think
like a solo creator,
as a part of the scene, I think you're one of the biggest parts of the Aussie scene, and we really appreciate having you on our podcast
thanks,
this early age of the podcast.
Yeah, we definitely have to revisit this with some Skitz times
for sure, 100%.
Always. No, that's so lovely to hear, and it is always humbling, like especially sort of overseas, when people from other countries come up to you and say, hey, you know, your video brightened my day, or pull me out of a dark spot, or even just I love what you do. It's such a nice feeling, and legitimately it's why I've kept doing it for so long, because there's, like I said, it's pocket money at most. Yeah. It's certainly not paying bills, but the kind of impact that you can have just on people to make them smile, I think is actually really important and really powerful. So yeah, like that's actually really nice of you to say. And then in answer to your question, the marketing knowledge does help, I guess, sort of knowing how algorithms work, sort of having to do that stuff for various clients over the years, or even for the businesses that I've worked at, and develop communities, social media followings. So it's actually a good skill transfer, and it's actually something that I always put on my CV as well, just to know that any place that I work, oh, by the way, here's a community that I've created, so I can do this for you kind of thing. So there's definite crossover.
Yeah, definitely. Like, there's a lot of things that you could bring to the real life into the rave scene, and vice versa. Like you said, like putting it on your CV and stuff like that shows you're sociable. Like, you can do things. You're committed to it, especially after 10 years. Like, kudos to you, because I don't know a lot of people that stay 10 years at a company, let alone 10 years on a YouTube channel. A small YouTube channel, what you think, which is actually one of the biggest in Australia. I think it is. Like, there's no one else in Australia that does what you do.
Well, YouTube's the hardest one to crack. I feel like in terms of follower counts, you've got some really good creators on TikTok and Instagram and various other platforms that do a great job promoting the scene. But yeah, YouTube is, I think, notoriously the most difficult because you need the longest videos. You need to kind of understand video editing and all the bits and pieces of the YouTube algorithm, demonetization, ranking for SEO. There's 100 different ways
I'm writing all these down.
Yeah, no worries. There's an ebook coming soon. So,
honestly, I'm going to watch this like 600 times just to learn exactly what you just said.
Well, honestly, like, chat to me about it. I'm more than happy to, share the knowledge that I've picked up over the years. And a lot of it's trial and error stuff, to be honest. Like, that is social media at its core. Is you got to be willing to experiment. You got to be willing to throw new ideas out there. Not everything's going to stick. Some of the videos that I put the most effort into and spent the most money on have
completely flopped.
Have absolutely flopped.
Yeah, it's the biggest hit or miss. Like, that's how I feel all content creation is. Like, what you feel that you can pour your heart and soul into sometimes just gets missed. But it's a testament to you still putting it out. Like, just doesn't matter if you made a video for like a whole 10 years and you put it together and it flopped, you'd still be like, I still have this community. I'm still going to give back because they've given me the time.
Yeah, 100%.
And but going on that, I watch all your videos.
God bless you. Thank you for the 3 cents of ad revenue.
I don't skip past them, and dead set sometimes when we're at each other's houses or something, we are watching through these videos, and we can't, like, dead set after an event, we're like, when's Slendy going to upload the hack compilation?
Oh, God.
It's always like the carnival or something. Straight after, we're like, upload it.
That's literally my comments and DMs. Like, it is
straight
people,
after.
Yeah, it's the event hasn't even finished yet, and someone will message me being like, "When is the video gonna be uploaded, bro?" I'm like, "I'm on the train." Like,
I'm coming home from my normal work.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So now I just want to go back to you said something about like you have your channel on your CV. Is that what I digested from it? Mm-hmm. So do people actually say anything about that when you apply for a job? Have they ever like spoke to you about like, hey, we love this, and have they actually watched the videos?
No, always. Like, it's a great conversation starter. I think that especially in various corporate jobs, for lack of a better word, people are afraid to show bits and pieces of who they are. But I honestly think it's the best way to A, find a company that you want to work at, because you'll find like-minded people who are actually pretty cool, and B, you'll get to use your skills. Like, the whole reason I put that stuff on my CV is because I would like to do more YouTube videos for clients, for example, and that's proof that I've done it. So, yeah.
Yeah, see, I definitely agree with you on this point, because I'm a supervisor at Australia Post, and like they know me as a DJ because I just go and tell everyone what I do outside of work. So they see this like supervisor, but then they also see the other side of me, which like I go events and DJ and stuff, especially at this facility I'm working at the moment. My manager actually, big boss facility manager actually follows me on Instagram, because I went and told her exactly what I do, just to be a bit more transparent and stuff. And she's very supportive, which I really appreciate.
You can't chuck sickies anymore, bro.
I mean, I never chuck sickies unless I'm actually sick anyway. So, yeah.
What a hustler.
I'm actually a good employee. But yeah, and then also another one of the really big bosses in Australia also knows I'm a DJ, and then they pushed me to do. They actually DJ at a talent show that Australia Post hosts every year.
That's amazing.
Which was it was very nerve-wracking because it's not something I'm used to.
Is it called Australia's Got Mail?
Wow.
Hey, you know what?
This is why your deliveries are late, human beings.
They're too busy running a talent show. That's why they've lost your package.
No, they actually had that. He sent us videos and stuff, and he was playing his like.
But it's actually a good thing because it's like it just raises engagement in your company, which is a great thing. Like it's not all about like seriousness at work and stuff. Like you get a portion of in one day a year at the end of the year where it's off peak season. You get 2 hours where like everyone gets together and actually showcase their talent around the whole company, which is really great, man. Like I actually really enjoyed being part of it.
That's
and
awesome.
I can't wait to be part of the one next this year, end of this year. So yeah.
How good. We'll have to find some clips, and I really hope that you're chucking a hack as part of the
man, I was so
talent
shy,
competition.
man. Like because obviously like being on stage at Massive is very different to being on stage in front of like people in high-vis and like the demographic of age. And but I full played my own music too, and
he played his heroin bootleg.
yeah. And my manager, like one of the head of processing of like New South Wales, which is like the biggest boss you can see around. I was like, oh, too fast. Slow it down a little bit. And I was like, okay, well at least I'm not fired, which is all right.
You just eject that USB and like, put on top 40 house. Yeah.
Darren Styles. I just wanted to go back to the whole like your content creation and collaborations with people, especially with the ones with Elena and stuff. But you get to actually meet a lot of the artists and like other content creators. How do you go about that? Because I know you did a lot of videos with your son, Sefa. And
Yes, my baby boy.
yeah, you did like a lot of videos, even with Rula, you did some with him. How do you go about that? How did it get to that point?
Honestly, it's actually not even me setting those up. Often it'll just be luck. The couple times that I've bumped into Sefa and kind of got him in videos were when he was either walking around at DEF CON or I got a tip as to like him being sort of backstage at some point in time. And he's just such a lovely bloke that he went, yeah, sure, man. Like let's do a little clip for this YouTube video. But it's actually not something that I go out to see the artist because I really respect their time and I just know that I don't really want to be DMing them before an event going, oh, bro, can you give me an interview for this particular after movie? Which, to be fair, I know they would do because, like, they're all great.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I just want them to have fun as well because they're already there performing for us. So I'd kind of treat it as, oh, if I see someone backstage, I'll say hello, like maybe film something very quickly, but ultimately just let them get on with their day. And I think to be honest, most artists appreciate that sort of approach because we don't have to tee up anything. Therefore, it's not contrived. It's just very much like I'll give Ruler a hug backstage because for whatever reason at Carnival a few years ago, he wanted to get Nando's together and we bonded over some chicken and chips, you know?
Yeah.
So that's just because he's a nice human being and he wants to do it off his own bat.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I do it. I'm not necessarily setting up collaborations. It's just vibing it out on the day and seeing what happens.
Yeah, awesome. And how did it go from having Nando's to being on stage at Knockout and Carnival last year with GPF and stuff like that? How did that go with you?
That was so much fun. Honestly, it's kind of surreal dancing on stage because I think that I'm the world's worst dancer and I will publicly admit this. But
it makes for good content.
Well, the thing is, for years, I never wanted to even upload tutorials on YouTube and I got proper harassed in DMs and comments being like, bro, I need to see how you dance step by step. Can you please do a tutorial? I finally caved in. Those tutorials are still up there. People still watch them, which is amazing. And now there's kind of like the dance wars, how to dance properly to our favorite music, which is an interesting development in sort of rave content creation.
Yeah.
So yeah, the leap from like some chicken and chips to dancing on stage. Oh, it was beautiful. It was so much fun.
Yeah, mate, that would be awesome for content as well because we know we're close friends with one of your close friends, Brenton.
Oh my God, the king.
The king. I'll dethrone him one day, don't worry.
Oh, all right. Let's go.
Put me in a compilation, we'll see.
Okay, yeah. Come find me at the next event and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, we'll see.
So that was like last year Carnival. What are your plans for this year?
For this year, just have the best time. Like HSU always put on such a great show. The stage and the lineup are really diverse. I feel like it's going to be great to just bump around and see different people, catch up with friends that I haven't seen in ages, check out a whole bunch of different sets and just have a ball.
Are you targeting any sets that you want to be on stage for?
Nah, I don't. Like I said, I don't kind of go. I need to be on stage for this set. I just go. Oh, let's find out who's backstage. If they want me up there, then they'll actually ask. So, for example, at Knockout, Sick Mode was backstage and he was getting ready to do his sort of crocodile hunter stuff. Naturally, I was chatting to Mish and then also like a friend of mine who knew Mish and goes to my gym.
Oh, is this your gym buddy?
Yeah.
I remember this.
So there you go. Yeah. So shout out to my gym buddy. But it's just very much a case of Sick Mode comes up and says, oh, can you please wrestle a crocodile on stage for me during my set? Like, I could not have planned that better. So I just let it happen. I was like, of course. So, yeah, I can do that for you, sir.
The stars just align perfectly for you every time. Like, everything just comes perfectly together for Slendy.
I think you just got to let it happen. I think that's the biggest thing. People don't necessarily need to try so hard. Our scene really shines when people are just being themselves and having fun. Like, that's where all the best videos I've filmed, those are the best moments that I've had at festivals. It's literally just whatever comes naturally. So, yeah.
I've noticed like the couple times I've met you and spoken to you and stuff, you're very like outspoken, but you are very like to yourself at times. Like your persona on the camera is like when I first met you wasn't the same, but like once you get to meet you, you are a bit more, how you going, like a bit more fun, and like you can see your character isn't too far off how you are naturally, but I guess it's just in front of some people it's a bit more tame and stuff like that. But it's good to see you can translate that, like you have that passion because like it's the music, it's the scene, like you can translate it onto the stage.
Yeah, well, that's a really interesting one because people will absolutely dispute this, but I am a massive introvert. I really do need sort of time to myself. I'm quietly spoken. I'm so shy, back to the point of me not going on dates. It's literally because I'm very shy. And ages ago, the videos that I made in the early days and the early events that I went to gave me a bit of a license to come out of my shell a bit more and just dance and not really care. I used to not like dancing. I used to be so nervous and not get up in front of people, even at just a house party, and, you know, throw down on the dance floor. And that feels so foreign to me wanting to always participate in that. And then I guess the rave scene giving me a vehicle to do that. So that's probably why there's like both sides of the coin there.
Do you feel like you're a
sorry. I just like the warning. This is compliment number 669 for Slendy. Bro, you're so wholesome, man. Like just listening to you talk, I was like, bro, like this guy is so wholesome, man.
I love you too.
I'm just like, what the hell, man? This guy is like so wholesome.
Yeah, this is what I mean, but this is what I was saying.
I can't stop smiling. I'm just like, keep going.
Because like I was speaking about it before we started recording. Like I was saying, like I was watching your videos for a long time, like always as a kid and stuff, and then I was coming home on the train one day and I met you and I was like, oh my God, it's Slendy. I bet she's going to start hacking on the train, bloody going home, and you're like, hey, hi, nice to meet you. I was like, wow. But then like from there, like you're, like I said, like you branching out doing this stuff, it really has opened you up. So it's cool to see. But call him Slendy or Hazard, guys. He'll come out of his shell.
Yeah. Hazard is that.
from the area.
Yes,
that area.
Yeah,
oh God.
Got it. So going back to all your content creation and stuff like that, what are some of your favorite videos that you've made?
Oh, definitely my collaborations with Searle and Defibrillator. That's like one of the biggest highlights of anything that I've ever done, to have lyrics that I've written end up in a Searle song, and then have myself green screened into Searle videos. So cool, and still to my day, Back of the Maccas is probably my favorite thing that exists on YouTube that I've been a part of. Another personal favorite is actually Kick Roll Hero. So this is such a niche video that nobody watched. A perfect example of like I raised a Kickstarter and hit the Kickstarter target, and it was so lovely to have people support that and go, yeah, we want to see this random video that has only lived in your head. And then we hired a studio, and like a couple of the boys, Jeremiah and Josh Sardelich, they came and helped me out and filmed a bunch of stuff, and it was hilarious. And we just had the best time like mucking around in various different outfits and creating a video that was then edited probably at the time in the channel to the best standard of anything that I'd ever made. And it was great. So that's probably another personal favorite of mine.
A bit off topic, but now that you mentioned Josh Sardelich, shout out to him and Todd. I think they had their first techno event on the weekend and they sold it out.
They did.
Just really happy to see Todd and him do this. I know it's not hardstyle related, but it's good to see people.
It's good to see people doing well,
especially them. I've known Josh. Josh was like probably my first friends that I met when I first started going to massive and stuff, 2016.
Oh, hardstyle friends!
Yeah,
Hooray!
Yes, I have friends. I guess you didn't know that.
Yeah.
And also Todd Toshwana, also one of like the best guys I've met at Massive 2. Always like, coming around us and dancing and very like another wholesome person too that I really enjoy being around.
100%. Yeah, no, love seeing those guys crush it with their first event. That's really cool to see.
Yeah, you've done a couple of videos with them and stuff like that.
Yeah, like the compilations and the tutorials and stuff with Josh. Like he's one of the best shufflers.
He's always got his green
and hackers and
trackers.
Probably not the best muzzer, but no one cares about that.
No one cares about that.
Yes.
But Josh is a perfect example of so many of the good people that I've met just making these videos who have put their hand up to give up their own time and say, yeah, I'll come to the city and like dance with a random person I've never known or met in my life. That's literally how I met Josh. Yeah. So
given that he lives like in Gosford or something.
He does. He lives on the Central Coast.
So far away. So for him to just come all the way to the city and do a video with you, that's like really good and just shows how much of a good person he is.
Exactly, but like he's one of so many in the scene, and that's why like I named a couple already. We've brought up Brenton, Jeremiah, another one, like absolute staples of the channel, have helped with so much over the years. And like I'm not going to name everyone now because I'll forget people, and then that's just not fair. But it's
know who you are.
Yeah, you know who you are. But yeah, like that's
how
why
you save yourself.
It is.
You know who you are.
Thanks everyone.
Yeah. Speaking of Brenton, now that you brought him up a few times, how did that relationship come along? And then obviously you do a lot of, I think you guys are like partnership or something now. Can you just tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, no, we're de facto. We've bought a house together. No, not quite. But similar story. He was just a legendary bloke who would wear hilarious outfits. So I'd always go up to him and get him on camera because that's the kind of stuff that I love getting in videos. And then he always wanted to get a photo. He was chronicling every time we met at an event. And we had this like cute little photo series, and then naturally we just got talking, and I found out that he was a videographer and was like super keen to help out with making some content. And yeah, when I needed a hand, when Jeremiah went overseas, I was like, yeah, this is a good opportunity to just kind of make a new friend and have some Skitz times. Yeah.
So it was just like a culmination of like seeing him, seeing you, and then you're like, hey, we could work together, work on this.
It wasn't even that. Like I just got to know the guy. And when I kind of needed some help from a videographer, he was one of the first people I thought of because I went, yeah, he loves the scene, he's passionate about it, he's good at what he does, and he would want to go to the events. So ticked all the boxes there. And yeah.
If you think he's got cute outfits, you should see my water polo kit I wear at festivals.
Oh my God.
Oh God. Okay.
Please, we need to get that on your next video. But you might get demonetized though.
Oh,
no, it's worth it. I just want to see this outfit.
Oh, fuck. All right. I'll bring
everyone can unsubscribe. I just want to see it.
Carnival.
If I can find my water polo cap, I'll bring it. Yeah, definitely, 100%. Done.
Amazing. Yep, done.
That's it.
That's a contract.
I'm a
lawyer.
I mean, you said you don't make much money, so who cares? Yeah,
exactly.
This is for the
just
boys.
drop a link for donations, and just for that video, you're gonna get donations. So don't worry about YouTube money. You get.
This is gonna go to some like eyesight research something just to help the people that watch this video because this is gonna be bad. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Going back to. Lost my train of thought a bit there.
That's all right.
But going back to it as well, because I know you do speak to a lot of these people from overseas, Lena. You do a lot of stuff. How do you go about with like starting off? Like, what would you do to advise people from just doing basic videos to actually moving to where you are now, where you can actually go overseas, you can see Sefa randomly and be like, hey, and he can come give you a hug like a paternal father and stuff like that. How does it go to that? Because like I said, I love watching Elena. She posts like a lot of her vlogs from events, and I message her. I don't message her. I try and message her and get into...
Of course you message her.
No. Yeah. I tried to get into contact with her.
He's got a girlfriend if that's what you're talking about.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I tried to get into contact with her because she records a lot of tracks, and half of them were TOZAs. So I was like, I'm trying to get this. And it's really hard because she hasn't responded, so please respond. But how do you go from like creating the video in the university to now going overseas and being able to do like a hacking compilation tutorial with Elena?
I think it's just a bunch of stuff in terms of like collaborations that have come to fruition. But in answer to your question, number one is you've just got to have fun with it more than anything else. If you are going to start out creating videos, the only thing that's going to keep you coming back is if you enjoy it. I think that that's the most important thing, and you'll develop your own style, you'll develop your own tone of voice. Really trying to hone that and just bring that into your own is probably the best way that you can start things off, because then that's what will bring people to you. And then you'll realize that you don't have to go out and ask people for these sorts of things. Eventually, they will actually just reach out to you. So in a similar way to what we were talking about before, in that I'm not actually planning to meet up with artists and anyone at sort of future events. It just kind of happens. And I think that that's the biggest thing when you are starting out, is don't focus on sort of getting everyone's attention, rather bring them to you and like give them a reason to follow, to engage. And honestly, like those opportunities will present themselves. It'll happen. You just have to trust the process and be patient.
Yeah. So consistency, that's a big one.
Yeah, consistency, like not feeling disheartened when things don't do well. I think that that's really tough for anyone who creates content on any platform. You don't see the views or the likes roll in. You actually get a bit espresso depresso. But pushing through that is important, because you've got to be willing to test. You've got to be willing to throw different ideas out there, because that's the only way that you'll find new ways to grow your audience.
And that's exactly how we feel right now in terms of like, okay, we know it's podcasts, like they don't grow that quick, very like straight away. So we're just very patient with this. Like we already know that our main plan now is just to stay consistent, bring different types of people that are part of the scene. And also, our major goal is like get 26 episodes, which is like a whole year. And just stick to the frequency, get as many people as possible, not worry about the likes and views, because I know we both know this is going to come a bit later. And we're just very patient with this. That's why like we really enjoy doing this.
Well, one thing I'm not disheartened by, and I said this to TOZA when we started this, is we're not disheartened by likes or views and stuff like that. I know like after a while it might get annoying if you're putting like, say for example, if you did this for 10 years and you weren't getting anything out of it, like you might get disheartened and stuff. But even now this is like episode number 7?
6.
6, there you go. Like we still have so much more planned, but we're not disheartened. Even if like we record one and it absolutely flops and gets 0 views, 0 likes, anything, we're not disheartened by it, because it's still something we love. Like we get to talk about it, and just like I get to ramble on, like as you can tell. But it's like something of us expressing ourselves, so we are having fun with it.
Today, bro, today.
Let me express my love.
You guys are doing all the right things, honestly. Like, have 100% faith that you'll push it forward, which is awesome. And trust the process.
Thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. I'm about to cry.
Oh, me too. I'm already crying. That's why I'm wearing these. So, speed dealers, not just making you look ridiculous, but hiding your tears. So.
I think they got tissues under the lens, so
They do. I've just taken out my tear ducts at this point, because there's just too many emotions when we listen to up-tempo. So,
So I wanted to ask you a question about one of your videos.
Yes.
After DEF CON this year, there was a place where you could donate your TNs overseas in the Netherlands.
There was, yes.
Going back to one of your earlier videos, when you threw your Air Maxes in the Parramatta Regatta River, how did you feel? Honestly, I know they were thrashed and wasted, but how did you feel throwing them out? Because they were part of all your videos pretty much up to that point.
They were iconic. Yeah. I felt a deep sadness within me that has not since subsided. It lingers in my soul. Just feeling them float out to peace right now makes me very emotional. But I honestly should have kept them, because the security guard, once we did that, was really angry and went, "What are you doing? You can't just litter in the river."
You don't really think about that.
We didn't actually think that far ahead. We're like, yeah, that makes sense. Like, we should probably go get those shoes. Yeah. So we went out in the little dinghy and we picked them up. And then I had a choice to make. I went, okay, am I actually keeping these now waterlogged, disgusting, thrashed, literally in half?
Oh, wait, so you went and got them?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I got them. And then after that, I put them in the bin at DEF CON. So they were laid to rest on the holy grounds.
Okay, cool.
And I christened my now green maxis at that same event.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's good to see some closure there. But yeah, I just remember seeing that video and you just crying on that. That was one of my favorite. That was like the full circle Slendy giving away shoes. Yeah, that was really funny. I loved that.
Thank you.
All right, I think we've covered a lot of things about a lot of things that you've done in the content creation spectrum and stuff like that. We want to know, what are some of your upcoming projects and things that you can share with us that no one knows?
Oh, okay. I've got a series at the moment. The first episode has dropped. It was the DEF CON on Crack series. So inspired by Defibrillators' various anime series on Crack. So that's been a lot of fun to work on. So Tomorrowland on Crack should drop within the next few days, or by the time of this episode viewing, it's already out. So go watch it.
Go watch Slendy.
Slendy on Crack.
Yes.
Not Slendy on Crack.
I know, relax.
It's relax, bro. It's just metaphorical.
Relax, bro. It's just,
it's metaphorical.
and then you need to add the and that.
Yeah,
metaphoric
no, it's true.
and that.
It's been a while since I've been out of the area and that, so I need to get that back in my vocabulary. But yeah, so we got that. I do have a bunch of different tracks that have been sent out to producers. So Grieg has been sitting on a terrible vocal sample of mine for like a year and a half. So that's GPF for you watching at home. And for the love of God, that I hope he never makes it, but that is something that could actually curse all of our ears at some point. So Greg, if you're watching this, please don't release Hack to Your Greasy with Slendy.
Nah, I think, you know what? No. You know what? If everyone that's watching, go to GPF's Instagram right now and send them a message saying, we need the Slendy collab out now.
Yeah, just
everyone just spam the shit out of him.
Guys, it's so bad.
We want it. That's why we want it.
But like, are you trying to say GPF's music is good?
No. Oh God, it's a paradox.
It is good,
it's
man.
A paradox.
It is good. GPF is amazing.
GPF
we love this music, and they honestly have the best concept.
Yeah, honestly, that whole meme, live concept
something
awesome.
To just blow up like this, of just starting as a meme, is insane.
Yeah,
you got to respect the hustle, man.
Yeah, 100%. It's the same thing. Like, I started as a meme, so no, I really like Greg. He's a lovely bloke. And yeah, the whole concept is hilarious. So there's that. And in terms of other things, like, people have been asking, can I bring back the weekly Wobs segment? If I ever get half a second to scratch myself during my day job, then I'd love to bring that back as well.
Yeah, because that was during COVID time, so it was a bit quieter, more content creation for you. But you also experienced a lot of different music and stuff like that. Like, I remember you listening to Dark Horror for the first time on there as well.
Yeah, that's very different music. That's the way to put it. Different.
So what music did you start listening to and stuff like that?
Honestly, I listened to all subgenres of electronic dance music. I went to Paradigm yesterday, so I love my sort of prog trance. I'm obsessed with that currently, listening to prog when I work or drive. I love drum and bass and liquid drum and bass. The Liquicity label has been one of my favorites since I was in high school. I am a huge fan of melodic dub. I bought my tickets to Millennium today so that I can finally see him and cry with all the boys in the mosh pit. Honestly, so I love a bit of everything. And then naturally all of your various subgenres of hard dance music that we know and love. Those have grown on me over the years, and yeah, they always hold a bit of a special spot in my heart too. So
that's actually like a big variety of music, man. Like, it's good to see that not everyone just listens to hardstyle. You actually have like another background of other music. When did you actually start listening to hardstyle?
Okay, so another hilariously strange but true story. I got into hardstyle because I was playing Counter-Strike on old gun game servers, if you've ever played this game. It was during the days where you would have to log on to a server and automatically download the host's presets. And this particular host had set a bunch of hardstyle tracks to play when you got a certain amount of kills in the game. So I would then, this makes me feel really freaking old, but I then logged off Counter-Strike, went to my Windows media player, and then realized that you remember the little visualizer and you could like watch the songs kind of come to life and that stupid thing?
Yep.
And I would look at my playlist and I went, I didn't download these songs. Headhunters Rock Civilization, Brennan Hart One Blade, Showtech Colors of the Heart of Stars. Listen to those. I went, these actually slap. I was like 12 years old at the time. Hopped onto LimeWire.
Yeah, I was just about to say LimeWire's the go.
Exactly. Went down the LimeWire rabbit hole. Didn't download a Trojan horse virus. So managed to come across even more tracks. And it just grew from there. I was obsessed. But that is legitimately how I discovered the genre. So thank you, mysterious Counter-Strike player who was
Probably Discord mod now.
yeah, probably like just up there with Ziz in terms of legendary status.
So did you go to any under 18s? Were there any under 18s back in that era?
There was, but that was during my extremely introverted, super shy boy phase. So no, I did not speak to anyone when I was a teenager.
So were you 18 when you went to events, or was it a bit later on?
Yeah, my first event was DEF CON 2012. So I was...
Oh, wow. So still pretty early.
Yeah, it was like straight out of school. I wanted to go. I knew that it was something that, because I had grown up since like 12, 13 from that Counter-Strike days of listening to all these great tunes. So very much wanted to experience DEF CON for the first time once I left school. But naturally, like, Greek parents, they're like, no, you study for the year that you're 18, do your HSC.
Typical wogs, yeah.
Yeah,
Same,
exactly.
yeah.
So it had to be the year after that. But I loved it. And I was hooked ever since.
So obviously you started listening to the music before you started content creation. How did you go on about integrating both of them? Because I know you said your first video was at university. So how did you think about doing hardstyle related videos?
Honestly, you've given me too much credit. I didn't think about it at all. Like, it was a necessity for me to complete a university assignment. And I'm being 100% serious when there was no foresight. I literally just wanted to get the assignment done. I had no intention of making more videos. I had no intention of ever dancing in a Slenderman suit again. That was literally just to protect my identity. So my own lecturers didn't fail me in the assignment. So yeah, like the hardstyle just seemed like a good hook. I went, this is something that will make a scene. It will make some noise.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was literally the lead in.
Maybe we should do a nudie run or something.
No.
What context? Where did you even?
I don't know. I just
You made
What?
quite a leap there.
How did you go? Honestly, I don't know.
I don't know, but I don't know.
I don't know. I just like I'm very confused sometimes with you, man.
Thank you.
That's very
I still
tender.
love you, but
This is a very tender moment.
I
that we're
still love you,
experiencing.
but
Thank you.
guys, show some love for VUKZ in the comments.
Please.
He's great. Sometimes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but should I talk about this? I mean, he's coming with me to Decibel and dogging his anniversary.
Yeah.
What? How many years?
6 years.
Bro,
Come on.
She'll be right. She's been
honestly,
around for...
I don't know. If, I think
Just
we might
leave
have
it with some food and water. Should be right.
Yeah. So that's how good our friendship is. So
Yeah, so I'm actually dogging my girlfriend of 6 years on our anniversary to go Decibel with TOZA.
That's beautiful.
Hopefully I'll get more love and action with TOZA. Okay.
I mean, we're staying in the same bedroom, so we'll negotiate.
Thank you. I appreciate that. That was fucking awkward.
So, Mr. Slendy / AKA Harrison,
Yes, Mr. TOZA.
what are some things you've learned from 2022?
2012.
Well, the world was
Brother,
the
the movie, bro, don't die, just drive the car, Nicolas Cage.
yes.
That's
whatever
a
he
very niche reference. I do like it though.
Yeah,
The disaster movie. Yeah, the boys. Yeah. How good a terrible movie, say. Yeah.
Terrible.
What are some things I learned from, was it 2022?
2022, yes.
To take more risks, I guess. Like just put myself out there and yeah, just really pursue things that make me happy. I think that that's something that after the pandemic, everyone kind of got very tunnel vision for a while. It was a little bit survival mode. We forgot about just doing the joyful things that we look forward to week on week. So for me, it was even little things like I have sort of a weekly or fortnightly Dragon Ball Z / Yu-Gi-Oh card night with my mates, which is incredibly nerdy and lame, but we freaking love it. So
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Like I love Star Wars and shit, so I'll geek out about that. So.
So was that during the pandemic or now?
Oh, it's currently, but
it's nice.
it did start up before the pandemic, and even playing virtual cards was something that like kept us going. So it was just, another reminder that all those things that you kind of grow up enjoying, and the music we enjoy is part of that too, where people say, oh, when are you going to retire, or when are you going to stop going to events? It's
100%. Like, if you love it, you'll continue to do it.
Exactly.
Honestly, it's like, for me too, like the pandemic, I'd stopped listening to hardstyle during pandemic just because I wanted to make a comeback and appreciate it a lot more. Like, it's my first time listening to it after 2 years. And it honestly worked out pretty well, because as soon as the pandemic finished, I went back to massive, the sit down raves and stuff. And I was like, okay, well, that's why I love this music. It just grew something back in my head, and just like, okay, I've just hit a reset button, and I've learned so much now, that how much I love this music, which is insane.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. How was the pandemic for you?
Not great, but I feel like that's a pretty common theme for everyone, being locked inside.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah, I did not have the best time. As someone who likes to at least be active, to be confined to a 5 kilometre radius around my house was pretty awful. No gyms. That's also just like a big toll on my mental health. The ability to get out and, do something that makes me sweat or gets my heart rate up is like so essential. So having that confined to my backyard, where thankfully I had like some bare minimum things to keep me going, but it's absolutely not the same. So yeah, I'm glad that part's behind us, but it was a important period of reflection as well, I guess.
Moving on past that, now that events are back on and everything, what would you suggest to people who are still skeptical, not about going out because of COVID and blah, blah, but just skeptical about going out to bigger events and stuff like that where they haven't experienced it before? Like, what would you tell them, apart from like your videos which showcases it? What's something you can put into words? I
think just trusting that the community is so friendly and so welcoming. And that was a big thing for me, even when I went to DEF CON all those years ago. The stigma was still there. It was, oh no, you're going to get bashed at DEF CON, or it's a dangerous place to be. And that's just so wrong. I feel like everyone there who looks scary is just the nicest person in the world. And that's probably the biggest piece of advice I'll give to anyone considering entering the rave scene, is just you'll meet wonderful people, like throw yourself into the community, and the community will look after you. So yeah, there's nothing to be afraid about there.
Yeah,
definitely. So to all the 18, 19, 20-year-olds that missed out on raving because of COVID, come join us.
Yeah,
join our hardstyle cult.
Yeah, we're always partying.
Don't listen to EDM or go clubbing in city, which is dead. Just come join us to the big events, man. Big
come raves. Say hello to Slendy.
Say hello to Slendy, man.
Hey guys.
We will teach you how to hack. I'll show you good music, which is obviously the raw. We got to start with the raw.
And I'll show you good outfits.
Yeah.
or lack thereof, it sounds like.
I'll show you a video after.
Okay.
That sounded so wrong.
Yeah. Should I be afraid?
No.
That just sounded so bad.
This guy has questionable outfits, but
I'm just a
funny.
fun
They're
person.
funny.
I love the music. I love the scene. I just have fun.
You can keep telling yourself that, but like,
bro, honestly, I love you.
Thanks. Well, moving on from the shit talk, what are some of your goals? What are some of your goals for 2023?
So goals for 2023. It's more of the same. It's like spending time with my friends and family, just nurturing those relationships, having more fun, focusing my energy and my time for things that make me happy. I think that's just literally the most important consideration that I have at the moment, and that's something that. Yeah, that's honestly my biggest goal. Like everything flows from that: career, content, travel.
More raves?
Yeah, of course, more raves. Like that's literally just the equation of happiness right there. Yeah. But it's very much to that point where all those things that make me happy, raves, music included, that's what I want to be spending my time on. So yeah, that's my goal for this year.
Can't wait to be more compilation videos. Well, not more, at least one.
Okay, fine.
Bro,
I'll put you in a video.
Find him. Yeah,
have a cry, bro. Jesus.
You can just walk up to him when he's recording and just dance to the camera.
I do. I always say hello to him at events, but I don't really want to.
Well, then that's on you then. What are you bitching about?
Oh my God, man.
Because it's always Brenton that's there and he attacks me.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Can we do it when he's not around?
Don't be afraid of him.
All right, I'll come and protect you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'll make sure you get recorded on Slendy's show, just so you stop crying.
Amazing.
Yes. That's it.
It's what the people want.
Done.
That's what Phil
Do the people want that? I don't know. Anyway, go with it.
All right, so we have a segment for you.
Oh, hell yes.
It's called the This or That.
Oh, this that? Do you mean?
This or That.
Okay, good.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll change it just for you this
I'll
episode.
only play if it's called this dat.
Okay,
all right,
this
that.
or that.
All right.
All right, so we'll give you 15 quick fire questions, and you got to choose either this, or that.
Yeah, good.
Okay?
Yeah.
And you have 1 minute to answer the questions, okay?
Oh,
so are you
God.
ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Hack compilation or must compilation?
Hack compilation every day of the week. It's what makes people angrier when they see me clap underneath my legs. Next question.
Ziz or chest bra?
Ziz, brah. You can't go past the king.
Can you give us as quick as possible?
Oh, yeah.
Final Cut or Premiere Pro?
I'm a Premiere Pro, man. Yeah.
Nice. Defcon or Tomorrowland?
Defcon. Can't go past it.
Frenchcore or Uptempo?
Frenchcore. That is the, easiest question of the bunch.
Oh my God, I thought I was
Frenchcore.
gonna-
We'll get back on this. We'll come
sorry.
back on this.
Dr. Peacock or Cepha?
Oh, God. Don't make me choose between father and son.
See, we give you an easy one, then we hit you with the harder one.
Yeah, no, that is very difficult. I'm actually going to go Dr. Peacock because without him, we don't get Cepha. He taught Cepha his trade. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Fair enough. Indoor, outdoor events?
Outdoor events. I love the outdoor events. Bouncing around stages is just, there's no other vibe like it.
Dutch hack or Aussie hack?
Dutch hack. They're better at everything. I concede. So it's established fact. It's here on the podcast.
That's it. Muzzing or shuffling?
Shuffling. Shuffling is so difficult and just like a lost art these days. I freaking love shuffling.
Macca's or KFC?
Ooh, okay. It's been a long time since I've had either. I'd probably go KFC. Popcorn chicken slaps.
100%. YouTube or TikTok?
Oh, okay. I'm going to say YouTube because that's, once again, I feel like the hardest nut to crack. So having some form of community there is incredibly rewarding.
Kick-ons or rave to the grave?
Rave to the grave, always. Let's go, bro.
Air Max or TNs?
I'm an Air Max man. You know this. Yep.
Mafia or Epic?
Ooh, okay. I will actually say Mafia. I think Mafia just has a little bit more variety for me, which I always appreciate.
Okay, one last very hard question.
Yep.
Cereal then milk or milk then cereal?
Oh my God. Okay. Cereal than milk. It's definitely cereal than milk. I feel like milk goes on top. Yep.
So we were actually scared we were going to have to end that podcast here on this point if
You just saved it.
Yeah, you just saved yourself.
Look, we already liked you, but we like you more.
Okay, good.
Because this is a serious thing, all right?
No,
Very serious.
I agree. There's only one way to have your cereal. Yep.
It's cereal, then milk, then bowl.
Sorry, what?
You put the bowl at the
Wait,
end.
what?
Okay, yeah.
What?
No one
My
says
brain
anything
just
about the
melted,
bowls.
No one ever remembers the bowl cuts.
Is there anything else you want to ask, buddy? This is your only chance, mate. Your deepest, darkest questions.
Do you like me?
I love you, bro.
No, how's with the new rise of everything? How do you feel like TikTok's going for you?
It's actually my favorite platform at the moment to create content for. You can be so silly. You can have a video that is completely different to anything you've ever put out there before, and it actually does well. So you're not kind of pigeonholed into similar content types like you are on some other platforms. And yeah, it's so much fun. I can do it on my lunch break. I don't have to worry about sort of 8 to 10 hours editing a video. And people have a great time on the platform. So I would probably say, like, in terms of enjoyment factor, TikTok is edging it out at the moment.
Yeah, because I feel like even though some people will be like, oh, it's like subpar content, I enjoy some of the TikToks and like the memes and stuff. Like even your ones are like hilarious, man. Like
Stop it.
Yeah, no, it's like me walking to the train station. It's like my headphones and it's just you in the backyard.
It's funnier if you watch it
Yeah,
rather than
that
talk
sounds
about
so
it.
stupid. Yeah. I feel like I'm talking about someone's comedy bit. It just doesn't work.
That's all right. Appreciate the kind words once
yeah.
again. Yeah.
Well, as
touching my legs. Thank you.
sad as I want to do this, but thank you so much for being on our podcast. And honestly, Harrison, my friend,
Slendy.
Mr. Slendy, it's been a pleasure. Anything you want to let the fans know, or anything we've missed, any news you want to share?
Just want to say thanks so much for having me on. It's been a blast chatting to you both. It's always really nice to, share some stories and talk about the scene that we love. And thanks to everyone watching. If you are watching this right now, make sure you check out this podcast. Please follow Hardstyle Australia. And make sure you chuck me a follow as well. The Slendy Show on TikTok, YouTube, Slendy Media on Instagram. Slide into my DMs if you've got nothing better to do. And yeah, that's just massive thank you from me to you. Really appreciate all the kind words.
Thank you so much, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you to the people that are watching or listening from YouTube or Spotify. Please leave us a like, subscribe, and comment below feedback or anyone you'd like to see on the episodes. I don't think we'll be able to top this off because Slendy is great.
Yeah,
but
the icon.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your feedback in real life when you're seeing us around. We really appreciate that, and appreciate that you guys appreciate us, especially VUKZ. He gets very excited when someone goes up to him and talks to him about the podcast. But we're very, very proud of what we're doing, and we're looking forward to get you more and more content and more special people.
Yeah. Also, if you guys want to get jacked like Slendy over here, check out Output Strength Systems, our sponsor. So link is going to be in the bio below. So check it out and get jacked like Slendy. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and see you next time.
Give us this one last pose, please.
One last. I can't even do it sitting down. Yeah, boys.